Ferguson. Good morning, Dr. Ferguson. How are you?
Good morning to you and to our entire listening audience. I say good morning.
Yes, very, very good morning. Weather's good. A little warmer today than what it has been.
All right. But still very nice weather.
Here.
Not too hot, not too cold. Got a morning breeze and afternoon sunshine.
Yes. We have, sort of like California weather.
Yeah. I think they're a little drier, I think, than we are. But they get so little rain out there.
Oh. So what are we going to talk about today?
Well, we've been talking about the Mediterranean diet the last couple of weeks, and I thought I'd do a little summary there, and then we'll move into talking about vitamins and minerals.
All right, very good.
Those are always topics that people are always asking questions about, the vitamins and the minerals, which ones should they take, how much should they take, and so I thought we would go through a little bit of that. Because, again, in all that get some understanding.
That's so true.
And you just can't go out and take, 50 different things because you heard this, I should take this amount of this and this amount of that.
And I think that's our problem sometimes. We try what we hear not knowing the results.
Absolutely. And one of the challenges is not a lot of good research in the area of vitamins and minerals and natural things in general. And because there's not a lot of good double-blind research, you kind of many times are going by anecdotal information.
Correct.
And that's many times not the best way to go. Sometimes it's the only way you can go because you can't expect that a pharmaceutical company is going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars. Why? I said thousands, I should say millions. The average drug takes probably between $50 million and $200 million to make it to the market. So their average pharmaceutical company not going to spend that kind of money for something that they can't patent and they don't have control of.
Yeah, that's true.
So they're not going to spend this kind of money studying an apple and find out that the apple has all of these good things for you, and then anybody else can go out and get their own apple.
Right.
So that's why a lot of times research is not done on natural things and on preventive healthcare things.
Right.
And also the other issue there is this industry is not regulated very much. You can put anything you want on the market, and until there's enough complaints, then the FDA will come check you out.
Right, because so many times you hear them say, they've promoted this, then at the end they said this has not been approved.
Right. Well, the pharmaceutical medication has to go through the FDA.
Right.
But preventive healthcare things don't.
Right.
And so you can put on the market tomorrow Mrs. Betsy's hair growth tonic, and put some water in a bottle and sell it for hair tonic. And until there's enough complaints that it doesn't work, then the FDA is going to leave you alone.
Thank you.
So that's one of the challenges with natural things. We've been talking about, well, I always want to let people know that those of you in our local audience, we're doing live radio from Ahoskie. I'm actually at Down East Nursing Home seeing patients, and the radio station is in Ahoskie, North Carolina. And those of you who would like to see us on the World Wide Web, you can join us. Go to my website, which is askferguson.com. In the center of the front page, you'll see a link that says Live Radio Broadcast. Click on that. And then when you get to the YouTube site, you want to click on the little house up in the left-hand corner, and then click on Feed. And that will put you live into our radio program. There's about a 30-second delay, so you don't want to try to listen on the radio as well as on the computer. But for those of you who want to join us, that's the way you join us. And those of you who are joining us on the World Wide Web, I want to say welcome. It's always a pleasure to have a larger and larger group joining us each week as we do this live presentation. And for those of you who don't catch it live, you can go to youtube.com/users/AskDrFerguson, and they'll be archived where you can see some of the previous programs. So on that note, we've been talking about the Mediterranean diet. We talked about proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. And then we went from there talking about the Mediterranean diet. And we're going to talk a little more about the Mediterranean diet, and then we'll go into some vitamins and minerals today. So just as a quick review, the Mediterranean diet is one of the most studied diets in the world. I'm not telling you it's the best, but it's a good diet because it has a lot of research behind it. A lot of double-blind studies and a lot of open-label studies as well. But the Mediterranean diet has been shown to have some significant effect with diabetes, with hypertension, with cardiovascular disease, with Alzheimer's disease. And why is that? Well, we know many of the components of the Mediterranean diet are high in antioxidants, they're low in saturated fats, they're high in vitamins and minerals, they're high in fruits and vegetables, they're low in sweets. So we have some general characteristics and things that one would know when you look at the Mediterranean diet. Sorry if you have a lot of noise in the background today. I hear one of the patients that sounds to be a little upset out there.
That happens.
Yeah, she's a little challenged there mentally. But back to what we're saying here. So if you think about a pyramid, so for those of you who don't really know what a pyramid looks like, just think about a triangle. And the top of the triangle, you have red meat and sweets. And that's a few times a month. Unlike the American diet, many people have sweets every night for dessert.
Yeah.
So, and the red meats, that's anything other than chicken, fish, and turkey. And the way I would suggest that you do that is baked, broiled, steamed, or grilled. Now, next on the pyramid, you have dietary things such as the eggs, and the chicken is beneath that. And that's a few times a week. And people often say, why the eggs? You know, well, eggs are still good for you. Cholesterol is in the eggs, yes, but your body needs cholesterol. Every cell in your body is made up of cholesterol. Your hormones, the foundation for your hormones is cholesterol. So cholesterol is a much needed item. The key is to have it in the right proportions and to have the right amount of good cholesterol to the proportion right amount of bad cholesterol. So, so the key is a balance there.
Right.
A lot of times a person goes to a health fair or something and they come back and they say my cholesterol level was high. Well, what does that mean? Well, it doesn't mean a whole lot until you know how much your good cholesterol was and how much your bad cholesterol was. And that's still pretty simplifying it. But you have to know those before you can begin to make a judgment on what that cholesterol number means. Because if your total cholesterol was high, but most of that was good cholesterol, well, now you're still in a good position.
Okay.
So in all that getting, we have to get an understanding. A little choking in my throat today. Now, again, the Mediterranean diet is what we're talking about. We're looking at it like the food pyramid. So next on the list would be fish. Fish is 5 days a week, 5 to 7 days a week. And we're about at the middle of the pyramid. Now we're getting beneath the middle. And the first thing beneath the middle is cheese and yogurt. A lot of times in the Mediterranean diet, cheese and yogurt are used as their sweets, as their desserts. And that's done daily. Underneath that, you have olive oil. Olive oil is used everywhere. Salad dressing, cooking, moisturize something. So extra virgin olive oil would be the one I recommend. And it's used in many, many different places throughout the Mediterranean diet. Underneath that, now near the bottom, put one layer for the bottom. In that layer, you have fruits and vegetables, beans, nuts, and lentils. And at the very bottom, you have your grains. You have your pastas, you have your breads, things like that, and your grains. And when I say breads, a lot of times people think fattening. Well, that's why I want you to get the dark, nutty, crusty breads. Stay away from the white breads, the white flour, white rices. Those things have been bleached. And when they've been bleached, it means they've taken out nutrients. And then what they do is they fortify it. They try to put back the nutrients that they took out. And so I always tell people it's kind of hard to do it better than the way God designed it in the first place. Wouldn't you think? You still there? Did I lose you? I think we lost him on the radio. Let's try it. Sounds like we had a little disconnect, but those of you on the World Wide Web, you're obviously still with us. Hello? I don't know. It seems like we're having some malfunction here at the radio station today. We didn't come back. Trying one more time to see if we can get through.
Are you there? Good morning.
I'm here. What happened?
I was there doing it because you were talking. All of a sudden, I heard nothing.
Right. Well, when I tried calling back, I didn't get in, but we're back in. So,
Go back.
Where was I at when we left you?
You were at the bread and cheese and cottage cheese.
All right, so that's the bottom of the food pyramid is the breads, dark, nutty, crusty breads.
Wait just a minute. I had a commercial going. So go ahead now.
Okay, so at the bottom of the pyramid, we have grains, we have your breads, your pastas, things like that. Your dark, nutty breads are going to be the best. You want to try to avoid the white flours, white rice, white sugars, because those have been bleached. And then what they do is they bleach them and then they fortify them. So when you see the word bleach on something and then you see fortified, that means they took a product, they bleached it so it could make it more appealing to the eye, and then they try to fortify, they try to put back the nutrients that they had taken out.
Oh.
Well, it's kind of difficult to put back the way God designed it in the first place. And so, that brings us to the point of not wanting it to be bleached and then fortified. The other thing that goes right in that same conversation is when the farmers are growing the different crops, eventually the soil can become depleted of vitamins and minerals because the plant can only have what comes from the soil.
Right.
And this is where rotation crops comes in, when having a different crop in that same area. Those different crops are going to pull different nutrients from the soil. What were you going to say?
I said they used to let the fields lay there for a year. They keep the plants there.
There's all different kinds of ways that the farmers will use to try to replenish the field of nutrients. But you could clearly understand eventually there's going to be some nutrients that are missing. And that having been said, that's where the Mediterranean, that's where vitamins and mineral supplementation comes into the category. So we're talking about eating like the Mediterranean diet, which is one of the most studied ways of eating in the world. Some other diets that are similar are the Hallelujah diet, the Reuben diet. There's a lot of people that have a diet similar to this. Other people have given it other names. But the key is that you have these good nutrients in the system. They did a study. They studied the 5 oldest populations in the world. I think called it the bluezone.com. And what they found was that not most of them, but basically all of them were eating like the Mediterranean diet. They may not have been calling it the Mediterranean diet, but that's the way they were eating. Lots of fruits and vegetables, lots of raw things, minimize on the sweets, minimize on the red meats. Heavy on the water. Water, I didn't mention today, but water is the most important nutrient that you take in. Your body, for men, 65% water. For ladies, 55% water. If you don't take enough water, clearly you're going to be out of balance. So we've been talking about the Mediterranean diet and some of its components. A lot of good antioxidants and things like that in the Mediterranean diet. But let's talk a little about vitamins and minerals. I think it's a good segue when you're talking about the Mediterranean diet because the Mediterranean diet is loaded with nutrients that will come via vitamins and minerals that you'll find in different foods in the Mediterranean diet. But even there, eating a great Mediterranean diet, supplementation I still think is important. So even the best diet in this day and time, I think is going to deserve some supplementation. So when you talk about vitamins, vitamins are organic compounds necessary for normal growth and maintenance of your body. Vitamins regulate and they provide energy from different places in your body. They replenish old cells. They serve as a catalyst to help your body maintain and transform foods into energy. So you can see that vitamins are a very, very important component in your body. A catalyst is something that speeds up a reaction. So if you say you're going to drive a bicycle from one location to another, and then you drive a car from one location to another, and then you drive a jet from one location to the other, that would be like adding vitamins, which can be like a catalyst. So vitamins and minerals both can act like a catalyst, and what they do is they speed up the chemical reaction in your body. So when you take in the food that you're taking in, that food has to be broken up into such a way that your body can utilize it. And one of the things that vitamins and minerals do is they act like catalysts to help you transform that food into a source of energy for yourself. Now, when you talk about vitamins, we have what we call micronutrients, and we have what we call macronutrients. Now, micro means small, macro meaning larger. And a lack of vitamins in your system can lead to other disease processes that a lot of people know. For example, A lack of vitamin B12 could lead to what we call pernicious anemia. So how would you get around not getting pernicious anemia? Just give a person vitamin B12. Vitamins are classified as essential nutrients. So essential means those are things you have to take in from outside, the things that your body's not going to make on its own. Your body can't make them. So you have to take them in from outside. That's why we call them essential nutrients. Now, vitamins are two different types of vitamins. You have water-soluble vitamins, you have fat-soluble vitamins. Now, the water-soluble, obviously, by what definition, it's going to dissolve in water, and the fat-soluble ones are going to dissolve into the fat. So your water-soluble vitamins will be your B's and your C's, your vitamin C, and then your B-complex vitamins, your B12, B6, B2, B1. All of those are called water-soluble, and they are not stored in your body. So when you take those in, your body's going to use what it wants, and it's going to eliminate the rest. They're not stored. As opposed to fat-soluble vitamins, they dissolve in fat. Now, examples of fat-soluble vitamins would be vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K, and they are stored in the body, and they're largely stored in the liver or in fatty tissue. And this is why you can become toxic on those, on the A, the D, the E, the K. You just can't take as much of those as you want because your body does store them. They can become toxic for you. Whereas the vitamin B's and the vitamin C's, you would rarely become toxic on those because your body doesn't store them, and your body's going to put out in your urine, your stool, what your body doesn't need. So a lot of times a person is taking a lot of vitamins, people will describe them as having expensive urine. Because a lot of the vitamins will go out into the urine, what your body doesn't need and doesn't utilize. So vitamin controls the body's use of minerals as well. If you have an absence of minerals, that means the vitamins will not function and perform as well as they need to. The vitamins and minerals work hand in hand throughout your body to perform multiple different functions, and one is to help you utilize your nutrients better.
So is it better to let your doctor prescribe your vitamins for you and just go to the counter, and pick up?
Well, that is the million-dollar question you just asked. Vitamins are one of those categories in medicine where you kind of get what you pay for. Now, granted, somebody may overcharge you for something, but it's harder to make a vitamin that dissolves really easy, that has a coating on it that dissolves really easy, than it is to make one that has a coating that's really tight and does not dissolve very easy. That's the first point that may be different in a vitamin. The next point that may be different is you have a lot of natural things in vitamins, and you have a lot of synthetic things in vitamins. Synthetic meaning made in laboratory, natural meaning it will be naturally occurring in nature. And the natural ones are usually much more potent than the synthetic ones. Now, for example, vitamin E. There's a vitamin E synthetic, there's a vitamin D that's natural. And they might be both on the shelf, and it might say 400 milligrams of vitamin E. So you go to the store, you look on the shelf, and it says vitamin E, 400 milligrams. This one is $19, and this one is $6.99. So you say, oh, they both have 400 milligrams. I think I'm going to get the one that's $4.99.
So the vitamin E is the fat soluble anyway.
It's a fat-soluble vitamin, So you're following. Good deal. I like it. Okay, but the fat-soluble part is not the point I'm really making here. The point I'm making is that the natural vitamins are usually going to be more effective than the synthetic ones.
Okay.
The natural ones are usually going to cost more than the synthetic ones. So I'm getting back at your point when you ask how should you pick your vitamins? What's the best vitamin to pick? I'm trying to get back to that point. So your more expensive vitamins in general are probably going to be your better ones.
Yeah.
So going to a health food store, something like that, it's going to be a good place. A lot of your multi-level market companies have very good vitamins and minerals. You can go by my website, which is askdrferguson.com, and I have a lot of different supplements on the website that have a high quality to them. They're evaluated each year by Schuster Laboratory, which evaluates natural companies for the quality and the quality assurance and the way they put their different things together. And the products I use there are from Unicity, and I've been to the labs. I've been down to Utah. I've been to Florida when they were in Florida. I've checked out their labs. I see how they're preparing things. And I needed to do that so that I could be comfortable and confident that when I prescribe natural things to my patient, that they're getting something good. And so there's tons and tons of natural companies out there. Some are good, some are bad. You don't know until you get somebody who really checks them out. And in reference to unicity, that's what I did, because I knew I was going to be using the products with my patients, and I knew they had to be of high quality. So we're talking about vitamins and minerals, how they relate to each other. We started out today talking about the Mediterranean diet. So just in a quick summary, for vitamins, vitamins are organic products. Organic means suggests that they're living products, and they're broken down into fat-soluble and water-soluble. The fat-soluble ones are the A, the E, the D, the K. Anything other than C and B, we call those the fat-solubles. The water-soluble ones would be the C and the Bs. And the vitamins are useful in your body. They help with chemical reactions in your body. They help you utilize your minerals better as well. So they kind of hang out together and they go hand in hand. So that's a quick summary on the vitamins. And we call them essential nutrients, and when essential means your body can't make them. If they're non-essential, that means your body can make them. But the vitamins and minerals are essential nutrients. Now, unlike the vitamins, which we call organic, the minerals can be organic or inorganic, but the minerals never change form. So the same minerals we have today are the same minerals that were here when the earth was created. They just keep going through, and they go through the cycle, and they go into the body and go back into the dust, and into the body and back into the dust, and into the body and back into the dust. So minerals never change. Minerals are elements, non-organic substance that help the body structure. They help you utilize the foods that you're eating. They help regulate some of the chemistry, some of the metabolism that your body does. Your body is composed of about 4% of minerals. Okay, about 4% of your body's minerals, and they're non-organic. Unlike the vitamins, are organic. And non-organic means they're just a substance. They're not going to change in their shape, form, or anything. They're going to stay the same. Where vitamins are organic. A lot of times you hear of foods being grown organically.
Right.
Well, that's just a thing that is being done naturally when they use that word there. Now, minerals, lots of different minerals your body has. The 7 major minerals in our body are called macronutrients. I remember when I was talking about the vitamins, I said micro.
So they're the small vitamins.
That's the small. Well, minerals are usually a little bigger. The 7 major ones in our body are a little bigger. So we call them macronutrients. And they are phosphorus, sodium, fluoride, potassium, magnesium, and sulfur. Now, a lot of people have heard of potassium chloride, and what is potassium chloride? That's salt. So most people have heard that one. Magnesium is utilized in our body for muscle contractions, nerves, and things like that. A lot of people have heard of magnesium.
Right.
Maybe some may not have heard of phosphorus and sulfur, but those are also utilized in our body for multiple different things. So minerals, they remain minerals. They don't change. And then the minerals, you also have some micro minerals and nutrients, and those would be your cobalt, your chromium, copper, fluoride, iodine, iron, magnesium, nickel, zinc, psyllium. That's just some of them. There's many, many more. And when you have an absence of those minerals, you'll get a deficiency that might lead to some type of serious illness. Now, minerals combine in your body with each other, and then they're called mineral salts. And then they're in your body, they're help you again do the functions that I've been describing. The minerals combine with fats, they combine with proteins, they combine with carbohydrates, and they combine with vitamins. And once they get in the body, minerals are not burned or decomposed by our digestive system. So they, as I've been saying to you, they stay the same. They don't change form, shape, or anything. Minerals do a lot of wonderful things in our body. They help with the structure, they help with the bones, they help with the teeth, soft tissue, muscles, your blood vessels, your nerves, Every cell in your body, all of those places have minerals as part of their structure. They act as a catalyst. Remember I said a catalyst speeds up a reaction. And so then when they mix with vitamins, they act as catalysts for different chemical reactions that are taking place in your body. When your muscle responds, when it gets a contraction, those things have to go via catalysts and enzymes. So when you decide you want to pick up something off the table, your brain has to say to your fingers, pick that thing up. And then your fingers have to sense what it's picking up. And so those reactions take place instantly through your nervous system, and your nervous system utilizes things like vitamins and minerals to help it move in an efficient way. Minerals are sometimes involved. They're helpful in the hormonal balance. They play a role in maintaining a delicate balance between water in your body, how water is utilized. Minerals keep the blood and the tissue from becoming too acidic or too basic. Acid, people here talk about acid, that means a low pH, acidic, alkaline means a high pH. So minerals help your body maintain there. I know I'm saying a lot today. Minerals involved in your whole system of nourishment, just like vitamins are. They play major and minor roles at different places in your body for different foods, different reactions through your body, but they're very much needed throughout. And so where do you get vitamins and minerals? You get some from your food, or you can take supplements. Now, when you're going to take the supplements, I recommend that you really do your homework and find the better supplements. We'll get into the next program. We'll get into maybe how much of some of the things I would suggest and what some of the minerals do. I know we're getting close to the end of our program, so I don't want to get too far down a new path. I do want to always encourage people that water has to be a major part of every program. Water, water, water. There's nothing more important than water. Water is critical, critical, critical. But what I do suggest to people is they stop drinking maybe 2 or 3 hours before bed so that they don't have to get up at night to have to go to bed. And those of you who want to talk to me on a more individual basis, you can always call the office at 252-332-6484. We're always happy to see new patients. We have a substance abuse clinic. We do a lot with geriatrics. We have a family practice here at the office, a lot with weight management, things like that. We also do a lot with hormone therapy, natural hormone therapy. People that have fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, part of the foundation for getting those better is getting the hormones in check. And so many times when I have patients in those categories, I treat them, natural hormone therapy, and we see success. Other things you can do on the line, you can find me online at AskDrFerguson.com. You go to the YouTube side, of which I have probably over 170 YouTubes on different topics. And that's youtube.com/user/AskDrFerguson. If you forget all these things I've told you, you can go online, you can just type Ask Dr. Ferguson in the Google window. You can type Stephen Ferguson in the Google window, Stephen Ferguson MD, Ferguson MD. All of those things would bring you to me on the website. And then again, if you want to come by the office and see us for an appointment, or if you have a question or topic you want to see us talk about online, by all means, call us, come by, so that we can do that. And also, I want to remind people, don't forget Patricia's program, Talk Back Now. I think she's on 3 days a week now. I'm not sure all the times. Do you know her times of her program?
It's going to be the same. Wait a minute. Today she's coming on at 11, from 11 to 12. And I believe
so Monday is 11 to 12. I think Wednesday is 11 to 12. I'm not sure what time on Friday.
I don't know either, but I haven't checked the schedule. But she will be in today at 11.
But people have really been enjoying her program. So those of you who have not caught her program yet, I encourage you to do that.
We've gotten feedback from her program. They are really listening, and they're really being educated into politics.
Right. I think they're enjoying it. And don't forget to go out to buy her book. Go to Barnes & Nobles. Go to Amazon.com. Any place they sell books, and buy her book. It's called Bookends: Politics and Poverty by Patricia Ferguson.
Thank you so much. As always, time runs out.
All right. Well, you be blessed, and our entire listening audience, and to our worldwide web audience. Have a blessed and wonderful day. Bye-bye now. So those of you who are on the World Wide Web, we do, again, appreciate you coming and joining us and visiting with us. Tell your friends about us. We on each week from 9:30 to 10 on Wednesdays. That will be live. And you can always come back at a later date and view the broadcast if you saw something you liked or wanted to get more information about. You can always call the office and come see us. 252-332-6484. Those of you who are in our area, we're in eastern North Carolina. Those of you who are in the rest of the World Wide Web, you're just going to keep catching us online. But we're still happy to see you if you want to come see us as well. But on that note, be blessed, and you all